Hey guys, GHZD here, back with another video. Today, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a challenge video that I set to myself a very long time ago. Back when I actually got my Ogma for the first time, it allowed me to get the most amount of health on my knight possible, which is 1050. So, because of the Ogma, it gives 60 health, Fairy Plate 40 health, and the Ring of Unbound health 180 health. I can reach this maximum potential of total HP on a single class. Out of all of the classes, the Knight is able to reach the highest health without any boosts whatsoever, which is why I'll be using this class. And because of the very rare Ogma, this is actually a little bit hard to do / achieve. Now, I'm sure you've read the title, but I will be attempting to reach the maximum possible health on a Knight, including buffs and all of that jazz. Now, I can't do this by myself, which is why I've got this lovely assistant here, and he will be helping me get this extra health. Now, because he's a paladin, he will be able to give me a pally buff, and when you get a pally buff, it increases your health, as everybody knows. Now, because my friend here has a resu, he's actually able to reach the maximum amount of wisdom on that class. Now, he doesn't actually have a Geb ring or a seal of enchanted forest, so I will supply those. You'll see why we don't use the seal. I'll explain that a little bit later, but the Geb's ring gives 10 wisdom, which is actually one more than the Unbound Wiz, which is very helpful when we look into the wisdom modifier type of things. Now, on my knight, you can see that I've got 8 tinctures of life here. These will exponentially decrease the more you use them, so the first one's 75, the next one's half that, etc. So realistically, you'll only get 5 uses, the rest are useless and you won't actually gain any more health. As the wiki says, I've just filled my inventory here just to be like, yeah, it looks a lot nicer, and we'll just use them. And we'll use them really quickly, and then we'll use the Paladin's buff with the maximum amount of whiz possible to hopefully achieve the most health possible. Now, there is a slight problem with this. Theoretically, you can get higher health if you use infusions of life. Now, those aren't as easy to come by. You get tinctures of life in tombs, so you get them from the sarcophaguses. And yeah, infusions of life only come from 2 sources. One being the arena at a very rare chance, and the second being in a vault whenever you unlock it with 500 gold. They are soulbound, so you can't trade or get them, and thus, that is why I am not using any, because I don't actually have any and I cannot get any. So, if any of you actually have Tinctures of Life, I challenge you to beat my high score here with the health and send me a screenshot on realmeye or whatever, because I'd love to see that. It'd be pretty cool. I hope you guys can get involved. But without further ado, let's trade over these items to Quackham's account, and he'll equip them, and we'll take a look at the stats there. So we've got the trade going here. We'll trade these over. So now we have the Geb's ring and the seal. If we equip them, you'll see that we can reach a whiz of 95, and we only heal 106, which is good, but it's not as good as the G cookie, which means we have to substitute 5 whiz. So we got to get rid of it, but it compensates in the end because we get an extra 21. We get an extra 21 health added onto that, so that'll be adding to our total potential. So we'll have to get rid of it, which is why we're not actually using it, right? So, I did look into it, but there don't seem to be any boosts with infusions, etc. for wisdom, which means this is the maximum. You can't get, I looked into gumballs, you can't get gumballs that increase whiz, you can't get any infusions that increase whiz. There's no way to increase whiz. If I'm wrong, just let me know, but from what I am aware of, you cannot increase the whiz any more than it is right now. So, Paladin is all set up for the experiment. Knight is also all set up for the experiment. We've got 1050 health. We'll just transfer all of the infusions to the main inventory because you can't consume them by button presses like the main inventory if they're in your backpack. I tested it out, it wasn't working, so hopefully this works. If it doesn't, we're screwed. And we'll just get straight into it, I reckon. So as you can see, we've got 1050. If we use the Paladin buff, we have 1,170, which is a lot of health if you ask me. That's an additional 400 instead of 280, which is great. And now we will consume the Tinctures of Life. Let's get the countdown going. 3, 2, 1. I actually just did a really big mistake here. I consumed the tinctures very fast, which means that it doesn't effectively work properly. You've got to give them a little bit of delay between the consumptions, and because of that, it didn't actually give me the most amount of health I could have achieved, which is really annoying because they're the only 8 that I had. But it's all good. It just gives you a chance to actually be able to beat me. I hope you can accept my failure. I'm so sorry. I'm actually devastated. But yeah, I hope you guys can just forgive me for that. But let's continue. So there we go. Got it going. 1,241 is crazy. Look at that. We've got it going. Look at that. Oh my lord. That is ridiculous. Even with the infusions, it's 351. That's cool. We just got it going still here. Oh, that is sick. I really like that. Well, I'm not sure how long these infusions actually last for. I'm not sure it's that long. Look, now they're going down again. And we're back down to 1,050. That was, I'm sorry if that was just like a little bit boring, but I thought it was pretty cool. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I challenge you guys to beat my high score. You can use like 7 tinctures and 1 infusion if you have one, and then you will be able to beat me. But it is dependent on whether or not you have a class with a resu and your own class with an Ogma, which is hard to get, I think. I'm pretty sure the resu is very rare because I've never got one. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little skit. If you want me to do similar kind of videos to this style, comment suggestions in the comments and I'll see if I can achieve them. And I reckon that'll be a pretty cool series, or maybe I can do like a challenge series of things that you suggest or recommend I do. I hope you guys are having an awesome day as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Just whisper something.
I don't know. I guess that would fix it.
What?
Me! Dude, shit. That scared the shit out of me. Your reaction scared me even more. Holy crap, that is going into a video.